We are ready up top. We are ready in the wings. So please put your hands together for Stupid Humans.
My heart says go. My heart says go. I'm out.
This is the time for innovation. Sometimes like your experiences will limit you and force you. You have to be creative. Like you have to. You know, in my 20s and 30s, I was doing storefront Chicago theater that has no money, like none. And I'm trying to do all these huge shows. It forces you. You can't throw money at the problem. You have to be creative. And I just think, yeah, the functionality and the restriction of your circumstances will generate creativity. I just think it does. And I'm learning with you guys. I'm like, oh, right. COVID, masks, hand sanitizer, sharing props, air circulation, right. I'm not saying this is going to be good. I'm not even saying it's going to work out. But we've never done this before. Innovation is like, that's why we're here.
Can you guys help me set up the room?
This is real life. That's the other thing. This isn't like in a bubble in the academy. Everyone in the country and world is trying to figure out how to engage a theater audience.
I started off writing the music first, and I thought, oh, I know like the idea of what things are going to be about, so I'll just write the music and the lyrics and whatnot. So I had like a few songs, and then I started to figure out that I didn't really exactly know what the story was going to be. So I actually sat down and wrote basically like a fiction short story version of the show, and then from there it was sort of taking that short story and formatting it in a way that's conducive to a play.
And then there's the actor with the dark boy behind, and that's how. And then we actually play the scene like this.
Okay.
Good luck. Let's go back a little bit. The way I look at it is workshopping a piece is trying to figure out the what. Like big conceptual, like what is the thing? Like the family scene today that we had in class, right? There's a big family, they come in and they sing who they are. I was trying to figure out, what is this song about? It's not like how they're doing it, it's like what, like, oh, it's about them introducing themselves to a character. And also the way that they do that is they use this recipe book.
Tony, you think you would recognize your uncle? Tony, you think you'd remember the times we had? Rico, she was 5. Let's just cast that aside. You'd think I would look so familiar. You'd think she'd remembered familiar. Oh no.
There were also a couple of scenes with the big Italian family, and part of some of the comedy and some of the warmth that comes from that scene is definitely from how close physically everybody is in those scenes. And so it's definitely been a challenge for me to watch those scenes develop in not exactly the way that I had imagined them, and sort of having to let go of some of my initial thoughts about how the show was going to look and how certain things were going to be and how things were going to be choreographed and you know, how the romance was going to happen between two characters that can't actually touch each other.
Until then.
She goes to stop him. Then the actress playing Tony leans down and kisses her roommate that has a wig on.
Hell yeah.
She pulls back and she says,
I'm so sorry. I was only trying to make it towards him.
Same thing. We split back to the other roommate. Maybe a mannequin, stunt double.
Our previous student work was a very high energy, lots of feeding off the energy of audience, has a very concert feel like, right? They didn't have a lot of book scenes, a lot of music stuff. It was very big and loud and joyful. It was just a lot of bodies, a lot of movement, a lot of ensemble, a lot of more dancing, a lot more celebratory stuff. That would have been really hard to do in COVID times, just with our social distance and everything. This piece is just smaller, more intimate scenes. It's a domestic drama. So you can have a lot of two-person scenes. So believe it or not, because it's a more character-focused, streamlined domestic drama, because it's zoomed in like that, that is actually easier to accomplish because of COVID protocols.
What's going on?
Students come up to me and they'll be like, I have an idea for a musical, right? And I'm like, cool, come see me about it. That's usually what happens.
When I was talking in the early stages with Matt Hawkins about sort of this project and what I wanted to write a show about, I just knew that I wanted to write about something that was really important to me. I really care about mental health, and I really care about breaking that stigma and having conversations about that, because that's been a huge struggle for me.
When Ronnie came to me with this, it's like, oh, the subject matter feels like it would be very appropriate for arts in general and this community. And she basically started writing, and as things started coming my way, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, look, to be super clear, I don't know that we can program this, right? And what I can tell you is I can talk you through this, but I'm not saying we can program it. And she was churning out songs and things were right. I was like, oh, great. I think we're going to be okay.
It's like the original Batman. Michael Keaton's on one side, and Mason like.
My biggest challenge writing the musical has definitely been not getting burnt out with the feedback.
I kind of was confused, not necessarily confused, but was wondering if things were that bad until...
And I mean that in the most grateful sense, in that I love getting all this feedback, and I'm so appreciative of this opportunity, but sometimes it can be difficult to just go in day after day and get criticism thrown at you, especially when I'm making edits all the time. And I'm trying, like, you should see my notebook, it's just chock full of so-and-so thinks this and so-so thinks that, and I think this and I think that, and it's hard to sort of put all that together, and I'm worried about disappointing people.
I'm with you.
Versus, I don't think that these relationships are totally beyond repair, that you would have to go and get them.
Yep. Okay, yep. I'm with you. I just had to follow that thought.
No, but I liked the thought. I like it.
The reason I'm asking is this whole thing of where does she leave everyone before the final thing, I think is really important to investigate.
Right, because I don't want her to shatter any of the relationships, but they're all weird. Even Fred, things are weird between her and every single person.
So the end game was like, great, let's rehearse virtually over the winter break, and then let's stage it when we get back, being safe. Then we spent a whole month filming it, and I'd film it like a film shoot.
A filmed musical is something so different, and something that I'm still not entirely sure how it's going to happen, but I know with the help of movie magic and all of that, we might be able to actually make something theatrical happen while still being really safe. And I think that because of that, we're going to be a part of history in a small way, in one way or another. We're doing something that is quite unorthodox right now.
The intention is by May, we are doing a live, like a broadcast of a final edited theatrical musical version of Ronnie's show.
about 20 seconds left. Thanks, everybody. Some stuff sucked. Some stuff was good. Tally ho!
One 8-ounce packaged penne pasta. Check. 1 tablespoon basil oil. Check. 1 tablespoon olive oil. Check. 3 cloves garlic minced. Check. 1 pint grape tomatoes halved. Check. 1 cup shredded mozzarella cheese. Check. 1/4 cup grated Parmesan cheese. Check. 1 tablespoon minced fresh basil. Check. Prep time 10 minutes. But it's already been 9 of me staring at all this. Come on, Tony, you'll be fine. You'll get the hang of it.